If you thought Marilyn Monroe was wild, wait till you learn about Ursula Andress. The Swiss bombshell has dated and slept with around 36 men, from losing her virginity to married actor Daniel Gelin, dating James Dean, and destroying John Derek's marriage. These are all the celebrities Ursula Andress slept with. So Ursula Andress said, "I think my image, especially to Americans, is that of a femme fatale, a man-eating woman. I'm not empty-headed or calculating and cool, but maybe my looks give that impression. I'm disciplined in my doings and undisciplined in my emotions. I can't control the things I feel or hide my feelings." In that statement, she lied and told the truth at the same time. Want to know which is which? We'll show you. Now, let's take it from the top. Andreas was born on March 19, 1936, in Ostermundigen, Canton of Bern, as the third child of a German diplomat father, Rolf, and a Swiss mom, Anna. When her father lost his diplomatic job, her grandfather became her guardian. She went to school in Bern until she was 16 and went to Paris to study art for a year before going to Rome to work. The first one, she got a huge opportunity, and the second one, we'll show you. While in Italy, Andress was at a party, and she stood out. The blonde, voluptuous beauty met a film producer who allowed her to screen test for an Italian film. It was around this time that she got the attention of David Gelin in 1953 and subsequently lost her virginity to him. She was 17 at the time and he was married. But the two didn't mind, and Andreas wouldn't be the only 17-year-old Gelin would have sexual relations with. He also slept with 17-year-old model Marie Christine Schneider when he was married. That relationship would lead to the birth of his daughter, Maria Schneider, who he wouldn't publicly recognize at first. Andress had a taste of the fast life of celebrities, and she was just getting started. Her screen test was successful, and she had a small part in An American in Rome before she acted in La Cantina del Odio and Casanova. After her first set of appearances, a Hollywood executive noticed the sexy actress and convinced her to go to Hollywood. She did, but it wasn't what she had expected. The sexy vintage star got to Hollywood in late 1955 and landed a 7-year contract with Paramount Pictures. The studio would pay her $287 a week, but there was a problem. The sexy actress was a polyglot. She could speak French, German, and Italian, but was not interested in learning English. And not knowing how to speak English meant she couldn't act. Instead, she spent her time watching Marlene Dietrich movies. You would think that Paramount was paying her to watch movies. Despite not acting, the actress got publicity. How, you wonder? She dated, of course, and this time it was the bad boy James Dean before he died from a fatal car accident. The two of them usually rode around Hollywood on Dean's bike and in his sports cars. After dating Dean, the actress also dated Dennis Hooper, but it didn't go on for long like her previous relationships. And for someone who claimed she wasn't a femme fatale, she had a way of tearing through men. Andress lied to herself about her sexual nature, and her next relationship proved this. However, before that relationship, the Swiss-born blonde bombshell had had enough of Paramount. She bought herself out of her contract with them and signed with Columbia in 1956. But old habits die hard, they say. She wouldn't act for Columbia, too. Despite this, she remained in Hollywood. When the actress was dating Dean and Hopper, she also had an affair with actor and director John Derek. John was married to Patty Burrs and had kids with her. However, this didn't matter to Andress. Being 19 at the time didn't discourage her. The pair began their affair in 1955 when Andreas got to Hollywood, and it became something more. Eventually, Derek left his family for her, and they got married on February 2, 1957. Do you now agree that she lied about not being a femme fatale? The two were supposed to work together in the film High Variety in 1959, but it didn't work out. So the actress had spent 4 years in Hollywood and was more known for the men she had dated and slept with than her skills as an actress. Fortunately, an opportunity came for Andress in 1962. She acted in an episode of thriller La Strega. The film helped her prepare for one of her life's biggest roles. Andress became a Bond girl. That's not accurate. Andress became the Bond girl. Her role as Honey Ryder, a shell diver and James Bond's love interest in the first James Bond film, Dr. No, in 1962, set the tone for the other Bond girls that would follow. Guess what? She couldn't speak English, still. Nikki von der Sill had to dub her lines in for her. Not that anyone was paying attention to her lines. The image of the sexy blonde actress rising out of the Caribbean Sea in a white bikini holding a large diving knife on her hip preoccupied the audience's mind more than anything she could have said. That bikini became the object of an auction and sold for £41,125 in 2001. The Bond girl role turned the actress into an international star, and her stardom gave her a unique advantage not many female stars had. Her appearance in the film earned her the Golden Globe Award for New Star of the Year in 1964, and she now had the clout to choose the roles she wanted to act in. Well, she didn't always choose acting roles. Sometimes she chose some modeling gigs, which were pretty daring, but more of this later. After her role in Dr. No, the actress played the female lead in Fun in Acapulco, an Elvis Presley musical. She acted alongside Frank Sinatra in Four for Texas. Then, being who she was, the actress fell back into old patterns. While still married to Derek, she had an affair with Ron Ely, a co-star. Derek found out, and the couple separated in 1964, but didn't divorce. They even still worked together. The two starred in Nightmare in the Sun, which was a mighty flop. Andress was right when she said she was undisciplined in her emotions. During her separation from Derek, she dated another co-star, John Richardson, and this wasn't a sneaky relationship. The sexy actress met Richardson on the set of She and dated him publicly. However, she soon left him for Marcello Mastroianni, her co-star from The 10th Victim. Then she left Mastroianni for someone she would describe as the love of her life. Remember how Andress has more power over the projects she chose? One of them was a modeling gig for none other than Playboy. Well, it wasn't a modeling gig per se. In 1965, Andress published her nude photos from the film Nightmare in the Sun in the magazine. That publication would be the first of 7 times the Bombshell would work with the magazine, and their relationship would span 15 years. No wonder she got the nickname Ursula Andress. The actress just didn't like clothes. When asked about why she published her nude photos, Andress replied that she did it because she was beautiful. Her beauty would push her into the arms of Jean-Paul Belmondo, but before then, she tasted an incredible amount of success. Andress was the lead in the movie She, which she shot in England and Israel for 7 Arts Productions and Hammer Films. The film had the sexy star act as an immortal queen, and it was so successful that Andress signed to act in the sequel. Unfortunately, her contract with those 2 studios ran out before the sequel was shot and produced. But Andress was now a household name. Her next role would test her range. She ventured into comedy in the film What's New, Pussycat, and also enjoyed more success. Then she went to France to star in Up to His Ears. She was to play the love interest of French actor Jean-Paul Belmondo. However, their on-screen romance became an off-screen reality. Their movie was a success, and soon things were so much more steamier between them that Derek realized that there was no hope for him and her ever getting together. So he divorced her in 1966, and the actress immediately moved in with Belmondo and described him as the love of her life. Ouch. Sorry, Derek. Speaking of Derek, the actress worked with him on Once Before I Die, where he was both an actor and director. There must have been some awkward moments in the Philippines where they shot the film. From being a Bond girl, Andress would play the role of a spy in Casino Royale. She worked with Peter Sellers in the film as he played Evelyn Trimble, and no, there are no reports of the two of them ever having an affair. She only impressed him with her capabilities and intensity. While her home was with Belmondo in France, movies continued to carry the in-demand actress to different parts of the world. She went to Italy to star in Anyone Can Play and worked with Claudine Auger, a Bond girl successor. After Italy, the sensational actress went to Africa to act in The Southern Star, which succeeded in England. Speaking of England, Ursula traveled there to act in Perfect Friday, a heist film. From England, she went to Spain for the movie Red Sun in 1971, a Western with other Hollywood stars. While the actress was having a great time in her career, her love life was suffering. In 1972, she and John Paul Belmondo called it quits. She had lost the love of her life. Would this be the end of romance for Ursula? What do you think? By 1973, she had left the past behind her and was in a romantic relationship with Fabio Testi, whom she met when they filmed State Line Motel. The curvy actress sure does have a thing for her co-stars. The actress moved in with Testi. The couple broke up at some point in their relationship, but they made up. However, by 1974, the two were completely done with each other. Then she did it again. She moved on to another co-star. This time it was Franco Nero, whom she acted alongside in Red Bells. After, she had relationships with a couple of other stars, including Ryan O'Neal. Her relationship with Ryan O'Neal? Well, the two of them dated on and off. They first met when Andress left Belmondo in 1972, but by 1973 they had ended things between them. Like moths to a flame, they were drawn to each other again and decided to give a relationship a try in 1977. This time, things got physical. Rumors claimed that the two of them fought, and it ended up being the reason Andress broke her arm in late summer 1978. The actress's red-hot streak of starring in successful films continued. She acted in 1981's Clash of the Titans and fell for a co-star she met on the movie set in 1979. This time, it was different. Unlike her previous relationships, which had her being young, Andress was 15 years older than her romantic partner, actor Harry Hamlin. The two of them got engaged, and the actress got pregnant from Hamlin and gave birth to a boy. However, having a child wouldn't keep them together. In 1983, Hamlin broke the arrangement off and ended things with Andress. If she was heartbroken, she had an interesting way of showing it, as she soon got involved with Paulo Roberto Falco, a soccer player. Then she dated Stan Herman, a real estate developer, bodybuilder Mario Natokis, and singer Julio Iglesias. The actress has certainly been around the block. Afterward, she did something completely shocking, even for her. She began getting involved with Fausto Fagon, a 20-year-old university student in 1986. Fagon's parents were furious, but maybe it fueled the star's excitement as she wouldn't end things with him until 5 years later. When she left Fagon, she had one more public relationship before that side of her private life became hushed. Ursula Andress certainly had her fun and followed her heart, even if it meant breaking up a relationship faster than she got into it. And on this note, we end this video. See you for the next one.